There are so many different types of lures. Actually, if you think about it, there isn't. There's 4 different types, a million different colors, and a million different variations. And all you need to make sure they've got a successful trip is 4. There's hundreds, there's all kinds of different variations, loads. There's hard plastics, surface lures, poppers, soft plastics, flukes, all the metals, jig-headed things, jig-headed soft plastics, belly-weighted soft plastics. It's too much. If you're just getting started or you want to minimize your stuff, dude, you don't have to worry about all that stuff. You don't have to worry about all that stuff. Just take the basics. So let's start with your soft plastics. There's awesome colored ones. There's white ones, blue ones, smaller ones, big fat ones. But if you notice, every single one of these soft plastics has a paddle tail on the back of it. Just like a little tail, just like that. Every single one that I showed you is different, but they all have that paddle tail on them. And that's what you want in a soft plastic. It doesn't need to be big, it doesn't need to be small. I mean, keep in mind that sometimes, a lot of the time, just because you have a bigger lure doesn't mean it's going to catch bigger fish. But you need yourself a soft plastic with a paddle tail on it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, there's hundreds, there's all kinds of different colors, there's all kinds of different variations. If you get one that's streamlined, I'm going to use this one as an example because these ones are really good. These are the Fishes Soft Shads, solid white, 10 centimeter. It's got the shape of a bait fish. It's got that little paddle tail on it, so it gets that wiggle through the water. What the paddle tail does is when it's in the water, it gets it to shake the whole body. It gets it to vibrate the whole body from side to side. Paddle tail also moves the water. What you want in the water is the vibration. The vibration is what's drawing the fish. You've got the Fishes Soft Shad, 10 centimeter. That's a good shape of a bait fish. You've also got the Major Craft Stabby Shads. Again, it's got a bigger paddle tail on it, so it gives it a bit more of a wiggle, moves water a little bit more. Shape of a bait fish again, it's a little bigger, a little wider profile. Then you've got the Black Minnow. Black Minnow's an awesome lure. They make these smaller ones. Still, shape of a bait fish, still, it's got a paddle tail on it. They all work the same, they're just a different shape. Some of the paddle tails are bigger, which makes them move differently. Some of the paddle tails are smaller, which makes them move differently. So one of the lures that you're going to need in your box is a paddle tail soft plastic. I don't care what color you get. I don't care what brand you get. Get Fishes though, because Fishes are pretty sweet. Or the Major Craft Stabby Shads. These are absolutely deadly. These are absolutely deadly. Another good lure like the Fishes Shads is the Black Minnow. It takes a little bit of practice to learn how to work these. Rod tip up, drag it through the water, bing, bang, boom, fish on. Gonna choose a brand. One of the easiest ones to use is the Fishes Soft Shads in the 10 centimeters. Chuck it out, reel it in, boom, that's it, you're done. You don't need it, but I would suggest it a metal. Slingshot surface iron. This is 17 grams. I think 17 grams around where I fish is ample. So you've got these type, and another really good lure, metal, is the Weston Salty. The reason you need a metal lure in your box is because they can get out to distance, and it's really simple. Straight retrieve, fish love them, boom, and you can get them deep if you need to get them deep. But usually it doesn't really need to be deep, especially if you're fishing for bass. They're usually close around the surface, which brings me to the next one. Weston Salty casts a freaking country mile. This one's only 12 grams, and you can fish this one really, really, really shallow because of the material that it's made of. I think that's a different material than metal, but I still classify it as metal. Slingshot surface iron, Weston Salty. Either one of those, or both of them, you should have in your box. And now we're gonna move to the nitty gritty, to my favorites, man. Surface lures. So the surface lures, dude, I've got so many because I am a surface lure junkie. I mean, these are all surface lures, loads of them. But I'm a junkie, and that's why I have them all. I need all of them. But you don't need all of those if you're trying to minimize, or you're trying to, or you're just getting started. You don't need all those colors, man. You just need the basic deal. You just need the basics. When it comes to surface lures, that's a little bit different. A lot of the shapes have their own job. I'm just gonna go with two of my favorite ones and the easiest ones to use if you're a beginner, or if you're a seasoned pro and you actually want to start catching fish. I'm gonna get so slated for that comment. The Fishus SPT. This is a really easy to use surface lure. If I had my rod with me, I'd show you how it works. The surface lure glides on the top of the water. It entices the fish from the bottom to smash that sucker. What you want to look for in a surface lure is something that's got a flash plate inside of it, and I don't know if you can see that flash plate in there. If you get a surface lure, no matter what shape it is, no matter what brand it is, make sure that you've got a flash plate inside of the lure, or that it's got a clear body and a colored top. And what that does, you've got your clear body, the sun hits that color, and the clear body will magnify that color for like miles. I say miles, but then it's a bigger circle. Then the fish have more of a contrast to hone in on. Surface lures, one with flash plate, a solid color, or a clear one with color on top. That's your surface lures done. So that's 3 lures now. Now we're gonna go into your shallow divers. What you want again is something, not in your finger, something flashy, like the IMA Suzuki. That's how I'm gonna say it. I don't know how to say it properly. Some people probably say Suzuki. It's got a little scoop nose, and what this does when you retrieve it, it wobbles like so. If I had my rod, I'd show you, but I don't. Sometimes if you're not getting hit on a surface lure and you know that fish are there, hit them with a shallow diver, boom, and you're on. So you've got the IMA Suzuki, the Fishus Shallow Runner 90mm, absolute deadly lure. The scoop nose allows it to sit just under the surface of the water. With the shallow runners, you want something flashy, little flashy. You want these to look like a bait fish. Those are the only 4 lures that you need. Shallow divers, surface lures. It's all plastic, man. You don't need all of those. You need 1 or 2 with a paddle tail. That's it. Those are your 4. I have a whole bunch of them because I've been collecting these for a very long time, and I'm a little bit OCD on my lures, so I have a crap load of them. I think that if one color's not working, I'll stick on another color, but it still has a paddle tail. If I stick on a metal, I've got loads of colors, because if I think one color's not working, I'll put on a different color. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get all these lures from. Go grab your lures. Don't forget to use the discount code AA7510 for 10% off. Dude, get your butts out and go fishing, man!